Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all a little bit of time to tune in case these notifications ain't go out. First things first, hopefully everybody had a blessed and productive Saturday. Hopefully everybody was able to get through the day, whether they had to work or not. Appreciate everybody that tuned in this morning for the live conversation. Definitely was a good one. If you missed it, catch the replay. Also appreciate those who tuned in to the backup earlier. I know some people might have been late, but we definitely rocked out. Definitely had some tuned ins. So, and for those who might still have to be out and about right now, Ms. Weather, please make sure that you are keeping yourself as hydrated as possible. You know, don't need nobody having no unnecessary difficulties they shouldn't have. Nobody want to be laid up in no hospital, and nobody definitely want to be laid up elsewhere. Um, Title Quiz Day. This is part two. I think I might stretch this to a part three, basically, because starting to see a lot of things, and I got to speak to the fellas to a degree. Um, I'm speaking to everybody on this. Um, the one way you break codes, especially codes that should never be broken. There are some of you out there who are being irresponsible. Court, what's going on, baby? Lady Fauna, what's going on, baby? There's some of y'all that are just being outright irresponsible on all cylinders. Sorry to say it that way, but it is truthful. Um, when you are bringing kids into the world and you're not being responsible for them, you ain't even trying to take the time to get to know them or build a bond with them. That's breaking the code right there. Because again, children didn't ask to be born into these situations. But since they're here, you are supposed to be the first line of defense regardless. Now, what's going on, baby? And I'm saying this on both angles because, again, it's not just men that break codes. You have women that break codes too. And again, this goes to who it needs to go to. If you're sitting here bringing kids in the world and you're not trying to carefully plan anything for them, you shouldn't be thinking about them in the first place. Get yourself right before you try to get anything else in order. You young fellas out there, you want to be thinking just with your big head. Listen, you're gonna find out there's gonna be a consequence to that. You're gonna end up being just like some of these people we see. Bad case of wrong baby mother. I'm sorry, but that's the worst code that could be broken right now. That's one of the worst. Let me get this correct. There are a lot of codes that shouldn't be broken at all, but they get broken. But any type of irresponsibility, especially when it's dealing with another human life, you're breaking codes. Some of you fathers, I'm not gonna lie to you, you made your beds, now you gotta lie on them, right? But in the same token, you shouldn't necessarily have to. You just gotta do what's right. Again, you are supposed to fight for the welfare of your child, period. And that's on both ends. Hey, Marie, what's going on, baby? Nothing worse than irresponsibility, man. You're sitting here just continuously, and I mean continuously, bringing life into the world, and you ain't trying to take care of them. That's breaking old codes. That's even breaking code with the man upstairs. Yeah, you all supposed to be fruitful and multiply. But in the same token, that don't mean you're supposed to not take care of it. You gonna go out there and do what you do. You better be prepared to take care. You're breaking codes again when you sit here and do that. These kids then ask to come into this world and feel the unloved that they feel. You know, that's codes being broken on all ends. And I'm sorry because you have some people, and I'm speaking on both angles. You got some women who are trifling, want to use the kids as pawns, won't let the fellas see the kids, won't even let them try to be a part of the kids' life. And some people, again, that don't even know who their real fathers are. And it's not because of choice, it's because of what was given to them. I'm sorry, but you got to think carefully when you're doing what you know. That's the ultimate code breaker right there. You not being a responsible parent or being a responsible adult. You know, and again, look at it. A lot of these kids who are born into this world, you know, some of them are wandering around aimlessly because, again, they don't have no sense of direction. You know, when you're not having the proper home balance you're supposed to have, that's a code being broken right there, too. You are supposed to teach your kids regardless. And some of you women are breaking codes when you sit there and do games like that anyway, especially towards the good people. See, I've noticed it's mostly all the good ones that's going through the situations like child support and everything else, or just, you know, being a victim of, you know, choosing the wrong person. But in the same token, you got those who really need to man up. You've really been breaking codes when you sit there and do stuff like that, man. BMF, what's going on, my guy? Bronze, what's going on? BMF, I don't care, man. You was all late to the club, son. Got the women outnumbering us, man. Listen, shouts to James, man. Shouts to Phil, man. Oh, man, you was in the damn club and they ain't even put your two steps on. Come on, BMF. Come on, son. Now, you know I'm messing with you, bro. Yo, and that's crazy, Juice. That's another code that's being broken. I'm sorry. That's a code that should never be broken at all. If I had prior dealings with you, I'm not going after somebody in your family. I don't care if that person in your family got a feeling for me and really want to try to pursue me. Nope, not doing that. That's a code that should never be broken. I shouldn't go after anybody in my ex's family and vice versa. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you know for a fact, like, don't even push that level. And some people catch themselves because guess what? They know what it is, and they ain't gonna waste their time going through it. Some people will go through, and that is sad situations right there when you have babies with, like, with, come on now. That is the sad part about it. They either brother cousins or sister cousins, like, and that's the sad part about it. You sitting there having relations within somebody's family. That's probably one of the worst codes to be broken. That would be the essential of your father getting with your ex or something like that. You ain't gonna like that, and that's a code that's always going to, like, fit somewhere in a society, and it shouldn't be fitting at all. I'm sorry, that's just me. Almost anybody that I dealt with, I ain't never try to go after anybody in their family, especially if I know who their family were. Nope, not doing it. You know, and that's the sad part. When you have a situation like that, irresponsible people laying up. Seeing a situation like that, Juice, I'm not gonna lie to you. That would be all right. That would be means for you to say, "All right, I'm taking them for child support." But then again, shouldn't have even went that level in the first place. First of all, if you trying to avoid people just up and leaving you, you got to give them something worth staying, and not just a baby. Give them something that's worth staying if you feel this is somebody for you, and vice versa. Fellas, some of y'all break codes because you play with these women's minds and their hearts instead of just being real with them. And vice versa. You women play a game, play a part in this game too. You got good men out there that are not saying that they suckers, but some people really probably this is their first real experience of being with somebody or being around somebody in that type of form. And if you're playing games with them, that's the worst type of code you breaking right there because you are basically blocking that person from finding some sort of true happiness. You know, that's the worst type of code to be broken right there. Or some more codes that's going down tonight. Prime example, you choosing drugs again over your kids, that's the worst code broken. Sorry. Because that's a form of irresponsibility regardless to how you feel. You know, you got some people, prime example, they could love and respect their parent, even if their parent is on drugs. But they ain't gonna be able to respect certain things in that aspect as well. They can get the respect because yeah, that's my parent, they brought me in the world, but I don't gotta respect what they're doing. Especially if it's something that I don't like. Or something that could lead me down the same road they going down. Again, when you being irresponsible like that, that's a code being broken, period. You know, and it is sad when you got people that just won't stick around and try to be a parent. Again, that's a code being broken. You are a part of that child's life, whether you want to be so or not, because you brought them into the world. Now it's time for you to man up and stand up and do what y'all got to do. Just something to really think about, though. Friendship codes are also being broken. But I'll get to that in a minute. Now, again, yeah, you can say prayers to those who are suffering, especially those who are trying to get right, because you do have a second chance at redemption, especially if you've been dibbling and dabbling. Again, some people have come back from that side, even with a grave story to tell. And some people have not made it from that side at all. So I could say prayers to those who are trying to get themselves together, especially if they do have kids and they want to be a part of their kids' life. Yeah, more power and strength to you because it's needed. And that's what we need to do more building, more strengthening up the people that need it the most, especially those who have taken the hard fall one way or another. Another code that's being broken right now, people and friendships. Now, if you claim to be a friend, if you claim to be a real rider and a supporter, or just any of those things, you are supposed to keep it 100 with the person that you dealing with on that level. If you claim to be a friend, guess what? I shouldn't expect to hear somebody talking about me. I shouldn't expect to hear you in the midst of me being I shouldn't hear about you being in the midst of people talking about me. None of that. And even if that's going to be the situation at hand, you don't necessarily have to be there because, again, some people need to understand this. When you break a code of friendship, when you snake people, when you do certain things that you know for a fact you shouldn't have been doing, that draws people and pushes people away from you, period. It draws the wrong attention. When you make assumptions on somebody that's supposed to be your friend and you not doing you're just doing diligence, that's a problem. That's another code being broken. Because instead of you being an adult about something and trying to find out what's really the situation, you're going about it like a kid by making assumptions. Prime example, if something was said about somebody and I wasn't aware of it, even if it was something personal, if I wasn't aware of it, Don't make an assumption and think that I know what the hell is going on. And you have some people who are moving like that. Oh, well, if you've been talking to this person, I know for a fact they done told you whatever. Sometimes those people don't tell you everything. Sometimes those people ain't going to tell you much of nothing, especially if they feel it ain't your business. One thing a real friend is supposed to do definitely is make sure their friend is not falling down a path of destruction and vice versa. Prime example, if you know your friend is dealing with drinking problems, you are supposed to help them. You are supposed to try to at least help them see the error of their ways, help them correct it, and get them back on the right track. Not saying you can't drink and have a good time, but in the same token, you still have to have a moderation. If I know I'm out with my friends and I know I'm not really drinking, I'm technically a designated whatever because everybody else is going to be too inebriated to be driving or doing whatever. I'm not going to allow my friends to get into a van or get into whatever unless I'm the one driving or unless I'm the one getting them home. Rachel, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in, the like button. That's a code that should never be broken. See, majority of the people that know me, majority of the people that's come up with me, even off here, tell you I can't sit here and not be a good friend if I don't address something that needs to be addressed. Period. Willis, what's going on, my guy? If I feel you moving a certain way, I have to be a real friend and tell you. If I don't tell you, I'm setting you up for a path of failure, whether I see it or not. And this is the problem again with some people. Not being real friends, not being real to the cause. You supposed to be my friend. You ain't supposed to let me go out any way that could be detrimental to myself or the people around me. Yeah, I know BMF. You was telling me that last time, but again, you got to remember that too, man. You are fortunate, like most people. You are fortunate, whether you have your own or not. You got people that are looking up to you and love you. So in that instance, right there, you got to be strong, bro. Can't go out like no weak soldier. I'm sorry. Can't give up and you can't submit and you can't fold to anything. If I see a specific danger that you might not see as your friend, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to give you my overall honest opinion and my advice. Because sometimes you might not want to take that advice or you might not want to take heed to what's being said right then and there. I've seen this happen time and time again. And not with me, just in general. I'm one of those people that I'm always going to be real with you. I'm always going to tell you what it is. Can't sit here and lie to you about anything. It's never too late to try to be real with the people that you say you're real with. We all have something that we go through. But if you're a real friend, regardless of what you're going through, you speak to the people that actually have your back. Because guess what? They might be able to help you come back to reality on what's going on. And I'll be honest with you, I've seen some people go out in a weak state, and it's only because they feel like the people wasn't hearing them, or they feel like the people just gave up on them. Now, don't get it twisted. Some people you might have to give up on, or you might have to walk away from, only because, again, it's for the betterment of your mental peace and your mental status. Because I could be a good friend to you, but if I'm giving you the best advice and you're not listening to it, then the only thing I can do is just fall back and hope that you get the message. You know, my code as a friend is to never break anything, never reveal anything, even if we fall out. Now I'm one of those people. I done fell out with some people, and I have never disclosed any of their information, even something personal they might have told. Half of them I done forgot stuff they done told me because again, I tell them if it's not something of real importance for me to really hold on to, it'll just be another float. It'll be another floating thing in the back of my mind. And it's not that I'm not hearing it or I'm not taking wind to it or nothing. It's just I can't do nothing with it. You know, prayers to you, BMF, and trust me, don't think that something good ain't around that corner. You know, you might be going through a little struggle right now, bro, but guess what? I'm gonna tell you straight up, like I'll tell anybody else. You're still blessed to be here, whether you believe it or not. And you will always find something that will suit you one way or another. You have people who have worse conditions than you, and they still make something work. That's because they have a drive to not give up and not feel hopeless. And the main thing to remember, bro, you're gonna always have a support system one way or another, even if it's just it. So you always know we riding with you, bro. You know, you just gotta keep your strength up. Just like I told Phil earlier, keep his strength up. I know he going through a little whatever and it's something different, but you know, keep your strength up, keep your prayers up. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep your hopes up, period. Even when it feel like it's hopeless. You gotta have strength and you gotta have a strong test of faith. And for all you know, the small suffering that you're going through that might seem major is gonna be a big blessing right behind. So you just gotta take the good with the bad sometimes. And see, a real friend ain't going to sit there and just not care. I'm gonna tell you straight up how it is. You know, you always gonna have strong people that's gonna ride with you. You're gonna have people that's really gonna be sincere. You know, and that's the one thing again. You know, a real friend is not going to judge you. A real friend might give you some advice. Definitely going to tell you when you're moving the wrong way, or they might just save you in an instance when you're not even aware that you're in danger. And that's what it's supposed to be. But when you break codes, and you have some people who have done that, broken codes over money, power, respect, or just something else along those lines. When you break those codes with somebody that's truthful and genuine to you, that always looks bad on you, no matter how you feel about it. I hear you, BMF. That's what I'm saying, bro. You just gotta stay strong, son. Even when you're not feeling strong for yourself, you have to, bro. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Like I said, I went through straight death from 2012 of September to almost 2014 of January. I lost so many people left and right. If you think some of the people that be around me when I'm in my lives be wild and having fun, that nah, these people definitely would have had you Like, oh yeah, I see where you get it from. The good vibes. And not one time did I think to even go down a certain road that I knew I wasn't going to be able to come back from. All those deaths that was around me, including my mom's, because she was the first stop out of that train. It was her and then everybody else behind her. Good people, again, always kept good vibes, spirits, all of that. When they passed, yeah, I took my little down. Took my little down. Why? Because I was trying to really cope with it. Because again, when you got people that you really genuinely love and they love you back, and you ain't gonna be able to see them again, that's a problem. Marlene, what's going on, baby? Miss Tracy, what's going on, baby? Nexie, what's going on, baby? I could have took a road that I know for a fact I wouldn't have came back from. What stopped me was the realization that I did have people that were still here that did feel the same way about me. It wasn't just the people that left, there were still people here that actually loved and cared for me and wanted to not see me go down that road. I could have been in jail for it, you know. I could have let my temper get the best of me and I would have did something I know I would have regretted. I stopped myself. I could have went down a road of just straight heavy drinking. I was already drinking heavy when I was younger, but it would have got worse. And then I realized I lost some people because of that. So that was another reality check. Got to catch myself. Not gonna be no good to nobody if I don't got a clear mind. But if I got a cluttered mind, it's not doing nothing. Not for me, and not for nobody else. You know, again, some people are different because they take death differently. But real friends are always gonna make sure that no matter what, you gonna stay above water. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, this something right here that some people will play around with. I'm not gonna play around with it because I'm actually giving you part of my life. Some people don't know how to do that, but I do. And I gotta be honest with you. Everybody that died after my mom's was real good people, close friends, family, and I dealt with that. I took that in stride. Why? Because again, wasn't expecting these people to be gone before their time. But then it also made me realize that you can only take one step at a time. You can't. You got to be able to breathe properly, and then catch yourself and get back to reality. Because you still have to keep the ball rolling. Even when the ones that you love are gone, they're still here with you in spirit. And they're still watching over you. And they looking forward for you to continuously live your life and try to do the best that you can. Marlene, I had more than 5 people in those couple of years. I ain't gonna lie to you. The number was high. The number was almost high as my blunts for the day. So that should tell you something. I lost a lot of people. More than 30 people within that 2 year span. It was like every month I was going to at least 3 funerals. And again, it did something dirty to me because it made me feel a type of way just seeing those people in a box, not being able to speak or say something. See, some people will sit here and play games. I'm not. What I give you is what I give you. When I ain't giving you visuals, I'm giving you observation. I ain't giving you observation. I'm giving you strong talks. I'm trying to uplift you. And in the same token, I'm going to be me. I want to make you laugh, and I know the laughs are needed. And since the one person wanted to come in here and be funny, I'm going to show them how funny it really is. I lost my mother in September. I lost my mother's best friend 3 days before my birthday. Lost one of my god sisters literally 2 weeks after that. Shoot, I lost a god brother during Hurricane Sandy. So if anybody think that it's a game when somebody is telling them and giving them their pain and giving them a real story, you don't know your own life. And you need to figure out your life. A lot of things that transpired over a couple of years, and I kept it pushing after that. Because again, I couldn't stop the bull. After my mom's passed, I made a stern promise to make sure my brother was good, that he was going to graduate junior high and high school, and make sure that he at least is happy with whatever he's doing in life, and make sure that he stay afloat. And I did that. My brother probably finishing college next year, still working, doing whatever. I did that. I did that because guess what? I wasn't going to break a code and break a promise that I made to my moms on that bed. And I stuck to that. Guardianship or not, that's my brother. And I was going to make sure he was good. Just like anybody else around me, I made sure they was good one way or another. By influencing or at least saying something that was going to make sure you thought, but also made sure you implemented and did something. And I got a bunch of anniversaries still coming up. So this just goes to show you. Sometimes my moods might not sound too pleasant, but it's only because I'm trying to get rid of some of that repressed sadness and anger. But I'm not breaking no codes by being myself. I'm just doing what's necessary. Not just for the betterment of myself and my mental peace, but for the people that ain't here that I'm carrying the torch for. So I don't have time to play games without a near soul when it comes to certain things. And everything else, I'm just going to be me. No codes being broken. You don't like what I stand for, you don't necessarily have to be here. I don't lose sleep over certain things. My sleep pattern's been messed up for over 11 years. So trust me, I don't lose no sleep. James, what's going on, my guy? Some people don't know how to be real with themselves and be real, period. Some people don't know how to just stay in their own lane and find something that makes them happy. Then you have those who know what they want, know what they're adamant about, and they still do it. And that's what I'm gonna keep doing. Because if I don't do it, then I'm breaking the code that I made and that I made a promise on. And I don't do those. I don't do those. You got some people that will forsake their moral codes just because they feel it's necessary to do so when it's not. You're gonna have those again that come on here and they're being themselves, whether you like it or not. I hear you, Marlene. Trust me, there's gonna be certain months that everybody's gonna feel a little something. But that's just being human. That's just having humanity, especially for the fallen. So again, I can't stop the ball when I already done got the torch and I got them on my back. Because if I do that, I'm breaking the code with one of them. And it won't sit well with me all in all. We got some people that will break codes, break friendships just because of sheer jealousy, hatred, misunderstanding. You got those who, again, it's just what they want to do anyway. When you building on something good, you're gonna have people that are gonna be mad because you're building on that and you're standing firm on that. You're gonna have those again that definitely don't want to see you prosper or try to get some sort of shine because they don't have a shine of their own. And whatever shine they think they have, they seeing that the shine is running down, it's running out. Cat Daddy, what's going on, my guy? Again, certain things, it's going to be a mental game. You have to have a strong mental when it comes to just building, growing, and preserving life as it is. But again, no codes over here being broken. Again, I'm going to tell some people when you take and you put drugs over your kids or over your well sake, you are breaking the code, whether you believe it or not. Because the code really is supposed to be not just preservation of life, but prosperity, growth, spiritual growth, and a healthy mindset. That even when you pass on, you pass the torch to the right people. You kept the ball going. You kept the blueprint going for the future generations behind you. So they'll never have to worry about specific struggles. And even if they end up getting in one of them, they'll at least be able to find ways and options to get out of it without leading to the grave or the jail cells. So that's what you're really supposed to be doing while you're here. Some of you are breaking codes of privacy. And that's something else that it just don't sit right. Again, I'm gonna be fair with you. If anybody has told me something, even if it was personal, it's gonna stay in my book. And no, I'm not gonna use it. Don't need to use it. Not even gonna put it out there. You better hope again that I can remember some of it. Only because if it's something that I know is going to trigger me, I gotta eliminate some of that process. I'm gonna hear the most important things I need to hear, and everything else I'm just not gonna bat an eye at it. And even still, I'm not gonna be doing stuff like that. Wouldn't care if I did fall out with you. Not gonna catch me revealing or doing anything I shouldn't have to reveal or do. Next, you don't start the madness. You know better. It's probably your fault. Your computer time is over, Nexie. Turn off your computer and go to bed. Yeah, and shout outs to the word. Shout outs to I was trying to really gather myself together anyway. I was kind of late on the music, and shoot, I got the notification kind of late, but still had to come and show some love. Definitely going to try to drop some love on you the next time around. Definitely. See, topics like that, regardless to what, those is good topics. Those is learnable moments. See, and that's the thing. Some people have told me personal things. I ain't gonna never put it out there. There's no need to put it out there. Even if we fell out, still no need for me to put it out there. Because as a real man, I'm just not gonna do specific things I shouldn't have to do. Again, it's not about what I will do, it's about what I won't do. I hear you, Nexie. Well, you're gonna be in the corner for another 3 years. Keep on. Keep on. Keep on blaming me for stuff I ain't getting. Man, listen, don't start your madness. Pull your shenanigans, Leprechaun. You wanna know how I learned that? I learned that from the best possible figure. And the sad part is, it came from a real woman. A real woman that really wasn't out there putting out business. Same thing with my pops. Wasn't putting out no business, even his own. So again, some things that's just gonna be genetic. I got that honest genetics from them. Some things I'm just not gonna have to do, and there's some roads I'm never gonna have to travel. And if I feel I gotta visit that road, yeah, I'll be right back on the main road where I'm supposed to be at. See, again, a lot of times you just gotta trust the process. And when you don't trust the process, even a process that's probably going to be beneficial for you, you're breaking the code right there too, because you're not giving yourself a chance to try to succeed and grow. Don't let that ball go over your head neither. Real friendship says a lot. Honesty does go a long way. And I'm honest when I say there's just things I'm never going to have to reveal or do, even off this app. Why? Because I wasn't raised that way, and I don't think that way. Even if I wasn't learning from the best people possible, still wouldn't have been able to do it. It's just not me. I'm sorry, but you know, some people feel like you have to get one up on somebody. I never had to. See, if I was gonna do anything outside of my parameters, I'd be making sure I ain't breaking no code. Got some people who are breaking codes by just stealing, and not just physical stealing. You're stealing joy, stealing passion, stealing energy. You're breaking the code right there. Because in what sense does it make for you to try to down somebody or criticize somebody when you're going through the same struggles? That's not a good look. That's a bad look, honestly. And at some point, you should realize that. Yeah, I would say that too, realist, but guess what? That's easier said than done, especially on here. And you should know this already. So again, you can only speak to those who might be traveling down a certain path, and you could basically stop them in their tracks when it's necessary. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Some people honestly be cool. You know what the problem is? Again, it be too many interferences, too many instigations. A lot of times it be miscommunication, but when two hotheads are in the same room, sometimes it, nobody gonna be able to get their point across or really figure out what the problem is. And if it's a situation like that, then a lot of times you have to just move away from each other and let things cool down. Because sometimes it really don't even be that serious. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. A lot of times that's what it is. And then you got people that are just they just putting in what they thought they heard, or they putting in something that's going to instigate something. That's what I'm saying. You got people that want to steal that, even that part of it. You want to steal the joy. You want to feel like you achieved something by just instigating something that don't need to be instigated. To me, I ain't going to jump to no conclusions, but when I make a stern decision on something, I stand on it. And I'm sorry, because again, my mental space and my mental peace is more important than anything. And before I allow anything to try to take me out of my element or out of my realm, I will eliminate it. You know, and again, some people just got to understand that you still enjoy, you still in anything that's good and beneficial for somebody you claim to be a friend with. That's breaking the code. Love, baby, what's going on, baby? My fault. Somebody car alarm going on. Don't touch the car. Don't touch the car. The cops will be here. Don't touch the car. I hear you on that though, realist. My bad. I'm catching up with the chat too. But you know, again, you just gotta a lot of times just see what the actions are. And again, you're gonna have people that just want to instigate and they want to delegate in the same token. Main code to remember again is be real with yourself and be real with the people who are being real with you. And if you see anything or feel anything that you feel needs to be addressed or you feel uncomfortable about, that's when you're supposed to investigate and see what's going on. And again, don't just jump to a conclusion. Shouts to the plug. Got me over here coughing and stuff, man. Self love is the code right there for a lot of people, and it should resonate in a lot of people. That's the ultimate law and code of self. Loving yourself, believing in yourself. No, Marlene, I'm over here choking on this good hot fire. Ain't no cold over here. Yeah, you're right. I got a cold. I think that's one of the coldest strain. It's cold strain, man. Forget cold train. It's cold strain, man. Chill town. What's going on, my guy? You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Again, that should be the number one code, at least for yourself, that should never be broken. Loving yourself, believing in yourself, pushing yourself for greater. Never sacrifice unless you necessarily have to. You can't sacrifice all of your mental peace and balance trying to keep people afloat that don't want to stay afloat. You can't waste your breath on people that's not trying to make an adamant change, especially when you see something wrong. And the most you can do at the end of the day is, again, is just leave it in the higher power's hand and just keep moving forward with your life. Yeah, don't forsake your code, man. Do have options, and at the end of the day, you'll never know what those options are if you just allow yourself to be plagued by negative energy, constant foolishness, arguments. Not worth it. Another code again that should never be broken is forsaking family, especially if you was blessed to have your own. You never forsake that core value. You are supposed to stand on that code. You're supposed to be the best possible option. Oh, I gotta catch her replay. Shouts to Easy. I gotta check her replay definitely. Shouts to APTV. Oh, all right, catch the replay. But I've always felt this way. Strong code and strong balance, they work hand in hand. Because again, you know what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. What you're willing to stand up on and what you're willing to sit down for. And sometimes it ain't bad with sitting down, especially if it's a fight that you're really not even in. Everybody's going to have a different way to deal with situations. Again, it is up to you to make the best possible options. In order to keep yourself carefree and sucker free, don't put yourself in positions that you don't need to. Again, follow your better judgment. If your judgment is telling you this ain't the way to move, it ain't the way to move. If your judgment is telling you be real with your homies or be real with your peoples and let them know when they slipping, especially when you see them slipping, then you got to do something. I feel another code that is being broken too. Some quote unquote adults trying to steal the joy from the youth, as far as trying to feed them the same notion that they can't achieve or do something greater. Feeding them poisonous thoughts or even getting them into things that you know is going to be a bad road for them, that's breaking the code right there. And if anything, you're supposed to influence them to do something better. Take all of that into consideration. You wouldn't want nobody influencing yours with nonsense or even things that could lead them to an early grave or penitentiary chance. So would you feel it's necessary to do that to somebody else's? You have to think critically again. When you're not thinking clearly, you're breaking the code because now you're just leading off an emotion. You're leading off an impulse. You're supposed to be thinking logically. Some codes are being broken because some things are being accepted now that wasn't accepted back in the day. And it's giving a wrong message to all the youth behind it. But yeah, you want to be the best. You want to be the best at least trying to move the gears forward in a positive direction. You got to start thinking for self, and then you can think for the people. And the way you think for the people is just being good and giving them that advice when it's needed. Thinking for the people is also observing certain things. Because if you really do have a strong friendship with somebody or anything along that level, you're going to have to be real with the person. You're going to have to communicate. So even down to that, when you're not communicating, especially if it's on a business level, that's a code being broken. Because now that's planting a seed of doubt. That's planting a seed of mistrust. And you don't need that. When you're not being real with your peoples, and you're not telling them what they need to hear and not what they want to hear, that's a problem. At some point, you're going to come to terms. What codes do I abide by? What codes are going to get me throughout my life? And what codes are going to be necessary, especially when you're building and growing in a good direction. It's a lot to take into consideration. A lot of times, some people are scared to think outside the box because, again, some people are just afraid of success or they're afraid to elevate. The code that's being broken right now, again, is just too many. And we've been allowing and accepting too much. Ignorance of any kind should never be tolerated. Hatred, even even downright cruelty and abuse to anybody else should not be accepted. Gotta understand that. You do have a moral obligation to move as you see fit, but also be real with the people that you're moving with. And if you see something before somebody else does, you do have the exercise right to let your friends know what it is. You're not doing a good justice to yourself and the people around you. Oh shit. Oh, shouts to the plug. My bad, y'all. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You my friend to the end. Mm-mm. And see this conversation, it's just what it is. A good conversation. But it's a thought provoking conversation for some. When you're not really trying to stand on any good principles, or you're really not trying to just wake up the people and also do what's necessary and good for your spirit, that's a problem. Some people will never find that happiness because, again, they think their happiness includes breaking all codes. They don't need to go through all of that. Love yourself again. When you love yourself and you give yourself that strong positive vibe and that feeling, there ain't nothing that could stop you from moving forward. And see, y'all was speaking about rain, and I believe it's about to rain in my area now. See, why y'all had to jinx it? I'm blaming you, James. When you have a when you got a real thirst, not just for knowledge, not for wisdom, when you have a thirst for just being your best you and also trying to be an inspiration one way or another, or trying to leave some sort of good positive vibes, even well after you're gone, that's strong. Again, you thinking not just of self. I'm not gonna lie to you. You have to have a code about yourself that you respect as well too. A lot of times you just gotta look in the mirror. And you gotta look deep into your soul. And if what you doing is best for you, beneficial, and even to the people around you, and the people around you are supporting it, that's a sign right there. You keep doing what you gotta do. Yeah, it look like it's about to rain over here. Yeah, it is Blame James Day. It is. My bad, y'all. I'm being nosy for a second too. Yeah, it look like it's about to do something. Well, it look like it's gonna be a passing one though. I don't see nothing too major. Breeze, what's going on, my guy? And that's the thing though. Even if it do rain, it's still gonna be hot. Still in the heat wave. And I still advise my peoples to make sure they hydrated at all costs. And if you know you need your asthma pumps or whatever, you better make sure you got them. I don't need to hear nothing about nobody being in the hospital laid up for the rest of the summer. Not today. Chilling, bro. Chilling. Slowly getting ready for this night shift. It's a short night anyway, so I'm happy, but still. I hope it don't do like it did the other night and try to rain on me. But I dodged rain. So, you know. Oh, I got you, bro. I got you. But this is the thing, though. Yeah, bro, you already. You already. But again, some people ain't going to take heed to that, but you must take heed to what's being said. Love yourself, love whatever process you're going through, embrace it, do what's necessary. Even if it is just talking and bringing some sort of awareness, that's still a code that's needed right now. We're not having enough good talks. We're not having enough beneficial talks. And even when we are, we have ignorance that tries to interrupt or try to distract anything, but not supposed to have that either. Not when you're coming together and really trying to put something together. So I'm always going to make sure I'm not breaking the code here. My code has been simple from day one, and I haven't changed not one bit. My code is to keep a peaceful balance over here, some great conversations, and I appreciate everybody who do pop up when they do pop up. Not no tyrant, not no phony, not no snake, and I definitely ain't no fake. Don't get mad because I'm sitting here and I'm trying to awake everybody that needs to be awoken. And these ain't words that's just being spoken. This is more than just a lyrical token. We are coming to some BS and the time is approaching. And I'm telling you, we need to start uplifting and coaching. You don't know what's going on. But I'm telling you, it's not going to be over until the break of dawn. Allie, what's going on, baby? Nah, bro, because seriously, man, this is a time for people to really start waking up and realizing that we have serious crisis going on that we could possibly start being beneficial to. Some things we ain't going to change, but the things that we can, we need to come together with a clear mind. And that means immaturity with certain things, we need to stop. Think outside the box and think more just besides yourself. Stop just thinking about yourself. You know, there are going to be times and places where if you have to address certain things, you just address it. When it comes to too much negativity, I really try not to stress it. But as far as the outreach, I'm gonna make sure that I'm stretching this message out as much as possible. Because right now we have a serious obstacle. Instead of you sitting back and trying to tear each other down, it's time for you to really rise up and take the crown. If you feel a type of way about anything that's being said, then obviously you don't have a clear mind in your head. The message is clear as day. We need to wake up for the betterment. The future is today. These youth are looking at everything that we do, they mimicking everything, and I don't think that is cool. And some people are really just acting a straight fool. And this is why we are at the bottom of the pool. We need to be rising up for real. I'm telling you, things about to change, and I don't think it's for the better. It might be for the worse. But we could try to break some of that if we get it together. Oh no, I'm not throwing no balls at all, bro. That's just me speaking. Just giving you a visual. All these thoughts that I be leaking, I'm telling you, I'm not just here for a specific reason. And I don't deal with anybody that's trying to cause treason. And again, if you feel you don't need to be here, then don't. If you thought I was paying you attention, definitely won't. Because I got bigger fish to fry. And until the day I close my eyes, I'm going to realize whatever it is I'm doing is for a good purpose. You can get mad and be in your damn circus, but you don't really want these problems because I will go berserk. And that's not something that you really want to see. Because if I go to level 2, there will be some casualties. And these are not just bars. This is a straight talk. You want to know where I'm from? Brooklyn, New York. One of the roughest and the toughest. And yeah, we known to cause a lot of ruckus. But I'm tired of seeing the self-destruction. We have too many things going on, including abductions. And see, when you're sitting here and you're breaking codes, you're just allowing more things to happen. And when they do happen, now you're stuck on froze. But see, this is the path that you chose. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm headed. Listen, I get besides myself for a minute. I've been half rich, half broke. And you can hear every word that I spoke. I'm all for the love, the positive build, and the growth. And if I feel like you're trying to stun it, then you are lying under oath. Then I'll just have to chop you up and spread you out like oats. Because I don't need no weakness to try to weaken this boat. I'm trying to bring the right people along for the build and the journey. I got time for y'all, man. You really don't concern me. And if you really want the eulogy service, I would tell you to chill out. This is not what you want, bitch. Bars and poetry fingers. The link is pinned in case anybody want to pop in and chime in on the situation. I still got some time before I have to get up out of here. Now I realize I'm just keeping it a buck. Time for the kid games to stop. And these people know what's up. I'm still gonna be me whether you like it or not. And I don't care about if you going for a #1 spot. I don't even want to be in the same parking lot. But I think you need to fall back. And pardon me, I'm gonna sit here and give you my back. Because I ain't got time to be picking up the slack. Not for somebody that don't want to change. I keep telling you, I'm a different type of breed. Play with me, I will make sure your soul bleed. So I ain't got time for that. I told you it'll be another casualty. I don't have to put my hands on you. I really don't want to have to understand you. If you're not standing with me, standing against me. So either which way, you still will be my enemy. But it's plain to see I'm here for a good reason. And I'm going to be giving out this message till my heart stop bleeding. Sorry. What you want me to do? You want me to sit around and act like a kid or a fool? Ain't got time for that. Not when I told you I got a whole torch on my back. Even the people that ain't here, I'm letting you know, I'm making it clear. This ain't the type of drama that you want. Not this year, nor next year. Because when I decide to really get in my bag, oh, I'm going to pick all of y'all like nothing scabs. Really don't want that. Every lyrical stab, you will feel what I'm talking about. Feel the pain. I don't think some of y'all ever been through some real rain. I don't think you ever seen too many people get slain. See, some of y'all playing around like it's a hobby. I come from a block where I done seen dead bodies laying in the lobby, not even noticing. So if you think you taking away from my focus, you're not. And again, we don't need to be in the same parking lot. I'm gonna move my way, and I'm gonna move from my own spot. But again, there ain't no codes being broken. Won't catch me crying on my pillow soaking. And nah, this ain't no type of ego stroking. But this ain't the type of person you want to be provoking. It's whether you want to believe it or not. I never cared about anything that wasn't in my plots. And my main plots was trying to open up the mind frame. Because right now, we in the worst part of the game. And this is why we are feeling the flames. But I'm telling you, I don't got time for ignorance and lames. You will mess around and get left in the third lane, and I will speed off on you again. Just so you understand the pain. And don't get it twisted, I still don't have no disdain. I ain't even gonna wish nothing on you. I just hope you get in your right mind frame. Because you're in the lion's den playing kid games. You should be using the strongest part of your membrane. Sorry. Can't drain my energy. And I wouldn't care if you really felt you was an enemy. But you can take this as it is. Your final execution of your eulogy bid. And for every time that you think to come in this spot, you're going to get hit with an infrared and a red dot. And you can go take that to whoever you want. Because when it comes to me, I can never front. See, I don't got to run under different accounts. Just want to still do what I do. Not moving an ounce. Not looking to bounce. I'm looking to grow. You got a problem? Nigga, there's the front door. And don't worry, I ain't giving no bars. I'm really just speaking from the heart. See, this is what I do. And if you need a little advice, it's not hard for me to coach you. Something light for the night. And I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. Oh, this was a definite message in sight. It's time for us to take the crown and take flight. If we don't stop playing games and unite, man, listen, we done already lost the fight. Hopefully somebody got something out of this tonight for real. It could be a part 3 to this, and that will be an open panel as well too. The link will be dropped in case anybody wants to chime in. I slowly start getting myself up out of here anyway. But at least it's a short night. But I will be back in the morning with that site. You already know what it is. Oh yeah, and again, special happy birthday to Tanya Renee and a few other ones this weekend. Hopefully everybody's enjoying themselves, keeping themselves healthy, just being prosperous. Y'all know what it is. Another year around the sun, baby. You know, for those who feel a type of way, guess what? We want to always have a strong talk with you. But I'm also going to be fair. Because my respect level has been intact. Always been intact. And again, you don't have to like it, but you got to respect it. Not moving an inch or a budge for nobody. And when you run into this brick wall right here, that's another homie. See me, I'm on a special assignment. Getting with the right people, the right type of alignments. I don't have time for the drama and the nonsense. And again, this was the last time. This was past tense. Try again tomorrow. See where it lands you. Matter of fact, you'll find out I never gave a damn about you. Because it's obvious you don't give a damn. If you would come and try to interrupt anything that's beneficial for the fan. That just goes to show you your brain is jelly and jam. Matter of fact, I take that back. Fried spam. But this was the last eulogy. And until you actually become somebody or stop just being faceless or just tasteless, my mind, mental space. It's for a good reason. Mookie, you late for church? You got to play the organ this evening. Now, for those who are just tuning in, you already know. Again, just think about what was said tonight. For those catching the replay, those who might come across this, there are codes, again, that should never be broken. And there will be a part 3 to this, definitely. There's so many different codes that are being broken that it could always be broken down and then reassessed. And then we can make what's necessary happen, change and growth and building. And if anything, that should be more of a wonderful feeling. See, some is about clicks and views, but some is about paying dues. Others are just here because they're confused, but not me. I refuse to lose, especially when I'm living in proof and testament that anything is possible. So just prepare yourselves because this is an unstoppable force. And I would hate to have to give you a lyrical torch. But again, I do appreciate y'all for tuning in. Tomorrow we'll definitely be back for that morning safe. And I do appreciate everybody again that joined the membership. You know, it's always gonna be love. And like I said, you're gonna get more every month. Don't worry about it. And again, congratulations to everybody that got recently monetized, partially monetized, on the way to. Like I said, run up. Matter of fact, before I leave, everybody run it up. Y'all know what time it is. Run it up. Run up the food stamp, run up the credit, run up all of that. Y'all need it. Do what you got to do. Oh, James, do me a favor, please, and drop Liz link. Shout out to Liz. You know, again, shout outs to Word. Shout outs to everybody that's been building. Shout outs to all the real ones. The real ones that's still here. It ain't being phony. If the shoe fits, wear it. That's all I'm going to say. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in each and every day. Hopefully, everybody has enjoyed the evening. For those on the West Coast, I know it's still early. I know it's hotter than a snack box in the chicken spot. Make sure you keep yourself something cool because, yeah, I don't need nobody dying from heat stroke. I don't need nobody even going through it. I'm telling you, I don't want to hear nobody else laid up in the hospital for the summertime. Your health is your wealth for 2023 and more. Snap, appreciate you, Nexie, baby. Make sure my thing ain't messed up, baby. Appreciate you, Nexie. Appreciate you for the super sticker. And again, we're gonna be back tomorrow for the safe. Again, hopefully everybody that catches this replay, hopefully y'all share that out because again, something that needs to be shared out. And I'm gonna keep bringing this awareness. Trust me, there's nothing I can run out of. when I'm seeing something clearly every day. See, while some of y'all live on the app, I actually live on a map, which means I'm actually outside and I don't need to be strapped. But just know I'm always on the attack in case you're trying to mess with my mental peace. You dig that? Straight Brooklyn out of here, man. I definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all be running around the YouTube streets at some point, you know. We'll be back for the morning safe. Who knows? You might get some Sunday fun day. Let's see what's gonna happen. And again, I appreciate everybody that tuned in for the music early. We definitely rocked out into the last song. Yeah, yeah. But y'all stay safe. You know I'm gonna see y'all later on, definitely. And hopefully again y'all enjoying your evenings, your weekends. Make the best out of whatever and don't allow nothing outside of something positive to mess you over. You know, just try to keep yourself as healthy as possible, at least throughout this heat wave. I know some of y'all got some medical problems, but again, your health and your wealth. You don't got to be out there, don't be out there. And that's just real rap. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. For everybody that was in attendance tonight, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. What I can do is give you real. And that's all I'm going to do is give you real topics and real builds. Like I said, this will definitely be a part 3. I'm looking forward to anybody that's willing to hit the panel. You know, y'all more than welcome. These talks are necessary and we're going to continue to do so. Definitely was a good one, informative, and hopefully somebody did get something out of it. Even if one only got reached, I'm happy I did that. So that's real humbleness and that's just real rap. So y'all stay safe, keep that third eye open. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.